So no, singleness doesn't mean that you can do whatever you want as long as you don't get a boyfriend. Hey girl, what's up?
What's up?
It's just Jay here and welcome back to my channel. If it is the first time that you're seeing my face, welcome. I make faith-related content about how we can practically be women in Christ in the 21st century. So we're busy with a small series called Single Not Alone. In the previous episodes, I just talked about whether God is calling you to a season of singleness, and if he is, what does that mean for you? And also about how being single should be a choice that you make, even though there are a ton of guys that are interested in you, and you're not supposed to be single just because guys are not showing any interest in you. If you haven't watched the previous episode of Single Not Alone, I would highly recommend that you go and watch that, obviously, because it's kind of important. It's a nice basis for this whole series. I'll just wait until you go watch that. You're still here? I'm gonna believe that you watched it, but if you're lying to me, I hope that you're feeling really guilty right now, and I'm gonna know if you're lying to me, and I'm gonna come and haunt you in your sleep tonight. Nah, I'm just kidding, girl.
Or am I?
No, I'm just kidding. So today we are busy with episode 2 of Single Not Alone. We are going to be talking about defining your singleness. So what your season of singleness is supposed to mean to you as a Christian woman and what it is not supposed to mean to you as a Christian woman. There is a very big difference being single as a woman of the world and being single as a woman in Christ. I hate to burst your bubble, but singleness is absolutely not what we see in Hollywood movies, where the girl gets broken up with and she gets this surge of woman empowerment, puts on her sluttiest clothing, goes out clubbing every single weekend, getting drunk off her face, hooking up with every single guy, and she has sex with the whole world because she's a free woman now and she can do whatever she wants and no man can tell her what to do. I'm sorry, but us as Christian women, there is always going to be a man that is going to tell you what to do, and that man's name's God, and you're gonna want to trust him. A season of singleness is basically your season of selfishness, and trust me, I mean that in the best way possible, because you don't have to take responsibility for anybody except for yourself. So the first thing that my season of singleness came down to was obviously having fun. I think that is the main purpose, and then the second thing that my singleness season came down to was taking responsibility for my singleness, and I'm going to be discussing this later on in the video so that you can understand like what the heck is this girl talking about. We as Christian women are single within biblical boundaries. We as women should respect our husbands even though we haven't met them yet. It is not biblical to have sex before marriage. It's not biblical to go clubbing every single weekend. It's not biblical to go get drunk off your face. It's not biblical to wear your skimpiest clothing that you have in your closet and walking around like that in public, because
no man can tell me what I should wear anymore.
It's not biblical to post overly sexualized photos on your Instagram or videos on your TikTok, because
no, my boyfriend can't tell me what I'm supposed to post anymore and what not.
It's not biblical to do a lot of things that I see girls do when they're single. God is still saying have fun, but have it within these perimeters that I set up for your protection and your safety. Being single doesn't mean that you get to do whatever you want as long as you just don't get a boyfriend and you stay single. Being in a relationship, yes, as fun as it is and as much as I enjoy it every single day of my life and as much as I love my boyfriend, it is very hard work and it does take up a lot of your time because you have to spend time with a person now, and it's also very emotional just in the sense that you're not just dealing with your own stuff and your own issues anymore, but you're dealing with their stuff and their issues as well. It's a lot of responsibility to be in a God-centered relationship, but my point is basically just being single, how cliche it may sound, it is literally some of the most happiest and freeing and most enjoyable times that you're probably going to have in your life ever. Girl, let me tell you, you need it. You're gonna be married to that specific person for like the next 50 years, and you're probably going to get at a point where you just want to kill him.
This family makes me want to murder people.
Enjoy this time that you only have to care about yourself, what you want, your dreams, your life, your free time. Because let me just tell you, girl, my singleness season basically started in the middle of my matric year and then it carried through my university years, and I enjoyed it so much. Like, when I think back about me being single, I honestly don't regret anything that I did there, and I can honestly say that I enjoyed it to the fullest. When me and my friends wanted to go on a road trip, we could do that. If I wanted to spend my money on stuff, I could do that. You don't want to regret not enjoying your singleness. You do not want to look back and think, wow, I could have done so many things. I could have done it so much better. Because for the next 50 years, nothing is ever going to be about just you ever again. You're always going to have to take into account your boyfriend or your husband, your family, and your children. Girl, don't waste your singleness. Then the second thing that I did mention is the fact that you have to take responsibility for your singleness. As much as singleness is mainly about having fun and enjoying yourself, it is also about sorting out your Being single is about you. It is about you as a woman. It's about you as a woman in Christ. It's about your identity and literally who you are as a person. Your singleness season is going to determine what kind of wife you're going to be one day, what kind of girlfriend you're going to be one day, what kind of mother you're going to be, what kind of daughter-in-law you're going to be, what kind of friend you're going to be to your friends. It is going to determine the woman that you're going to end up being when you grow older. I love this pastor. He's called Mike Todd. He did a whole series. It's called Relationship Goals. And in the first 2 episodes, he talks about being single. And I would highly recommend for everybody to go and watch that. Please just finish watching my video first because I kind of need the watch hours and the views and everything. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The main idea behind it was that relationship problems and marriage problems are actually singleness problems. So it basically starts off with issues and baggage that you have as an individual, and then the issues and baggage that your boyfriend has as an individual. But neither of you dealt with it in your singleness season.
No! 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 No!
No!
So what happens now is you two go into a relationship with each other and you are reflecting and projecting those issues on each other. You either fight with him because you think that he's the one with the problem and he's the one that needs to change and you're the innocent one, or you think that they're the one that's going to solve your problem, so you start relying on him to sort out your issues. And because it is not their responsibility to fix you, they end up not meeting your expectations. And then you end up being disappointed in him and disappointed in this relationship because you're expecting of him to fix things that you should have expected from God to fix in your season of singleness.
Oh yeah, girl, I deserve so much better than this piece of garbage, like seriously?
And then you dump the guy and you go into the next relationship and the same thing happens.
Oh my gosh, why is none of my relationships working out? Why doesn't God have anybody for me?
But have you ever thought that if none of your relationships work out, that maybe, just maybe, you could be the problem and not necessarily the other person? Let's say you were in a relationship and this guy cheated on you. And now because he cheated on you, you struggle with insecurity, jealousy issues, and trust issues. So understandably, you're going to have those issues because a guy just cheated on you.
I knew you would do this! I knew it!
But now you go into your season of singleness. Well done, it's 3 years that you're single, but you don't deal with these problems. You just have fun in your singleness season.
I'll show you how valuable our woods can be.
Now, after 3 years, a guy walks into your life and this is an amazing guy. He loves God, he loves you, he treats you like the queen that you deserve to be treated as. But you still have these issues that you never dealt with. If you think that a marriage or a relationship is going to fix those issues, talking out of experience, a relationship has a way of completely magnifying any issue that you have. And I mean magnifying it. You project those insecurities and those jealousy issues and those trust issues on this guy that you're in a relationship with now. Mind you, this poor guy is not doing anything wrong, okay? He has girlfriends girlfriends that are actually just girlfriends. If he says he's working late, he's actually working late. And now you're fighting with this poor guy the whole time because first, like I said, you either think that he's the one with the problem and he's the one that needs to change. So you're like, to respect me and to respect our relationship, you're not supposed to have girlfriends. Or like I said, secondly, you expect of him to fix an issue that you have. So you want him to stop having girlfriends so that you can stop being jealous. So you're depending on him to fix an issue that you have. And then you break up or you get a divorce, and actually it's not about an issue that was in a relationship. It's about an issue that you had as a single individual. These issues that you can develop is not necessarily just issues developed out of romantic relationships. This can be issues that you have from the relationship that you have with your father, or the relationship that you have with your mother, or the relationship you have with your sibling or a friend. And you have to take this singleness season to figure out what are those issues and deal with them so that they don't ruin your marriage or your relationships in the future. I'm absolutely not saying that you should stay single until you're the perfect version of yourself and you're the best me that you can be, because it's not going to happen. You're never going to be perfect. But what I do want you to understand is that there are certain problems and baggage and issues that are absolutely deal breakers in relationships. I'm talking about things like self-worth, jealousy, insecurity, anger issues, drinking problems, living for the approval of people, trust issues, or having a boyfriend that cheated on you in the past. These are all core issues that is going to destroy your relationships one day. I will be talking about these core issues in my next episode of Single Not Alone. So that's going to be the 3rd episode, and I'm going to be talking about the purpose of being single. So I want to tell you what those issues are and how you can deal with those issues. That is the end of my video. So basically, defining your singleness is about 2 things: enjoying yourself and sorting your out. And I will see you next Saturday. Mwah.